Alright guys, so in this video, now that we know how to make really creepy inverted photo effects, what I want to do is of course show you guys how to overlay photos on top of each other. In other words, this is how you make frames, and if you ever saw like the vintage old beat up look at where you take a photo and you add like some cracks and scratches and dust speckles to it, that's what we're going to be doing. So there's actually a bunch of these overlays that you can just get online anywhere you want, but this is the one that I'm going to be using. So what I want to do is actually go down to this chunk of code right here, and this is all from the last couple tutorials, so I'm just going to comment this little chunk out. We don't need to do anything with this invert image because this is just a method, and if we don't call it, then it won't bother us. But what we're essentially going to be doing is this. We need to do something called layering objects, or layering, kind of think of it like stacking photos on top of each other. So if we had this photo, just think of it like you're holding it in your hand, set it on the table. Now if you had this photo, set this on top of it, that's essentially what we're going to be doing with our program. So in order to get these layers, or in order to use different layers, if we call drawable, what we can do is we can make an array of layerable objects. So I'm just going to name my array layers and set it equal to new drawable, and in here of course we need to say how big is your array. Well, we're only going to be stacking two things, or layering two things on top of each other, so 2. So now what we can do is we can go through and start building this layer by layer. So in your layers, the very first item is this. Of course, the first thing we want to stack is this. That's going to be the base of it. So if we go to get resources, on this we can call get drawable, and for the parameters r.drawable.bucky right there. So we already saw what this did. Again, it's just my face, my profile photo. That's the very first layer. Now we're going to be making another layer on top of that, so we can just copy that because we are lazy. And this one was named dirty. So this is dirty right here. So now we have 2 layers looking good. However, right now, all of this only exists in memory. Nothing's appearing on the screen, nothing's showing up on your phone, anything like that. In order to take this object in memory and convert it into something your device can use, you need to turn it into a drawable object. So the class for this is right there, layer drawable, and I'll just name it layer drawable, and you set it equal to new layer drawable, and in here it's the easiest thing ever. You just throw in your layers. So this is going to take whatever your stack is, whatever layers of photo you have, and it's going to convert it into a drawable object so your device can display it. So now the only thing you have to do is you can just take your image view, which is that area where you can display an image, set image drawable, and in here we can just type right like that, the drawable layers. So now let me go ahead and run this. Alright guys, so here it is. I know it doesn't look that great. It looks like I have like a bunch of crap on my beard, or I don't know, just like a bunch of weird, it just looks it just looks like I'm dirty rather than a cool effect. But I don't have a background in photography or anything like that. I'm a computer programmer, so that is how you achieve the effect. Hopefully whenever you guys do this, you can make it look like you're not dirty. And also, since this is kind of a short tutorial, let me show you guys how to do one extra bonus thing. If you ever want to save an image on your device, I'm going to show you guys a real quick way to do it. There's actually some different methods, but uncomment the code. You can just comment all this out and uncomment this, so pretty much you're back at where you started at the beginning of this tutorial. And the line that you can use to actually save an image on the user's device is this. If you go to media store images dot media dot insert image, then the first parameter is get content resolver. And after this, what you can do is, you know how in the last tutorial we returned this new photo, and this new photo was that creepy inverted image that looked like, I don't know, I was like in a from a scary movie or something. You can pass that in as your second parameter, and every photo that you store on your Android device on your phone, it needs a title and a description. So for right now, I'm just gonna write title, but later on you might like want to allow the user to type in a title through input, or just name it something like random. And of course, I'll just put the word description for a description, but this would be something like me at the beach, or hey, this is me and my girlfriend, and this is private, so hopefully you're not reading this right now. So, you know, something like that off the top of my head. So, by the way, this is not my girlfriend, for everyone who's asking. This is my sister. And, yeah, some people asked if she was my wife, and, she's definitely not. So, that is how you do this. And, of course, if I ran this right now, then we won't be able to see anything. But if you are running this on an actual device, and you run this bit of code right now, you can run it, and then if you close out of the app and look back in your gallery or your photos, whatever it's called, you're going to see that it indeed did save the image. It did save the image to your device. And again, all of the source code is going to be available on my forum, so if you want it, then go ahead and it's yours. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will smell you guys in the next video.